So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules could do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. And now out comes Houston. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And Stroud now to throw. That's complete to Dell. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Play action. Here's Stroud. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Allen going to throw.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Allen. Forced out to his left. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. Flush to his right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the 1st down before taking the hit. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Here we go, 1st and goal. Now Allen. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Throwing, Allen.
And he's got it.
Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
3rd down and goal coming up here.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
Allen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Derek Stingley picks it. Stroud back to throw.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Got his man, Dell.
It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That's caught by Davis. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. Here's Stroud. That's caught by Diggs.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really starting to come in sync. So for Houston, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.